Right fielder, Jeremy Hyde. Center fielder, Thomas Brady. Left fielder, Daniel Pardo. First baseman, Taylor Walker. Second baseman, Matthew Faruto. At shortstop, Dane Hutchin. Third baseman, Chase Bryant. Behind home plate, the catcher, Tyler Krabby. And on the mound for Montevallo from Geneva, Alabama, number 21, Jamison Rooney.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kermit A. Johnson Field here for Game 3, final game of the Peach Belt Conference Series between Young Harris College and the Montevallo Falcons. Montevallo took the first two games in the series. On Friday night, a walk-off home run by Jeremy Hyde gave the Falcons a 6-5 win. And Montevallo defeated the Mountain Lions 9-1 yesterday. A big game for Montevallo today. A win here in the third and final game will clinch a sweep and a spot in the Peach Belt Conference tournament for the Falcons. The PBC tournament is scheduled for May 11th through the 15th in Florence, South Carolina. So that's what's at stake here for the Falcons as we await the first pitch from freshman starter Jamison Roney. Roney's first pitch to Zach Odom is low for ball one. Second pitch catches a strike zone and evens the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is outside for ball two. Roney coming into the game today 5-2 on the mound this year with a 4.55 ERA. Odom will ground out to short, and Dane Hutchin fires the first to Taylor Walker to get the 6-3 put out for the first out of the day. And that will bring up Luke Miller for the Mountain Lions. Roney has played an important role in the rotation for the Falcons here in his first season, as his first pitch to Miller is across the plate for a strike. The Falcons have had good pitching from their starters throughout the year and have kept the same rotation as the second pitch is a ball and evens the count at 1-1. But in some form or fashion, you've had seniors Aaron McCree and Cody Hughes and freshman Jamison Roney starting each series for the Falcons. The 1-1 pitch, is fouled off toward the third base line. And 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play, and Miller will stay alive with a 1-2 count. Roney was the Alabama High School Athletic Association Class 3A Player of the Year last year as a senior at Geneva High School. And Miller will pop up to second baseman Matthew Ferruto in shallow right field for out number 2 here in the top of the first inning. That will bring up Zach Beggs for Young Harris. Again, the lineup for the Falcons today. Defensively, you've got Roney on the mound, freshman Tyler Krabby behind the plate, senior Chase Bryant playing third, junior Dane Hutchin at shortstop, Fruto at second base as the first pitch to Beggs is a strike. Senior Taylor Walker at first base, senior Jeremy Hyde in right field, center fielder is senior Thomas Brady, and junior Daniel Pardo is in left. And the second pitch is across the plate for strike two, so Beggs in an 0-2 count here quickly against Roney. And that pitch is just outside for ball one. And that pitch is outside as well and evens the count at 2-2. And Beggs swings and misses and is down on strikes for the third out here in the top of the first. So we will return momentarily here at Kermit A. Johnson Field as the Falcons get things started in the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off for the Falcons, junior Dane Hutchin, the Falcons starting shortstop from Colorado Springs, Colorado. He will be facing Cole Amptman, starter on the mound for Young Harris today. Amptman is 0-3 with an 8.25 ERA as Hutchin lines that first pitch into right field for a base hit. So Hutchin is on base here. Leadoff hitter reaches, and Jeremy Hyde will make his way to the batter's box.
Number 28, Jeremy Hyde.
Again, Hyde was the hero on Friday night. It was his walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth inning that gave the Falcons a 6-5 win in the first game of the series. Montevallo was down 5-2 entering the ninth inning against Young Harris on Friday night, but Hyde's walk-off clinched the win. First pitch from Amptman is across the outside corner for strike one. And oddly enough, it was Amptman who delivered that pitch to Hyde on Friday night that ended the game. He is coming back and starting the third game of the series after pitching in relief in the first game. And that pitch is low and evens the count at 1-1. Again, Hyde from nearby Calera, Alabama. A 4-year member of the Montevallo baseball program. A part of the Senior Day celebration on Saturday with 9 seniors being recognized before the game. The throw over and Hutchins back in time. The Falcons senior class has been a part of some memorable moments in the past 4 years. As freshmen and sophomores, they were able to advance to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship game as that pitch is on the outside corner and the count is now 1-2. The first 2 years, they advanced to the tournament championship game. Didn't make the tournament last year, but can seal the deal today with a win and secure their spot in the conference tournament as seniors. And that pitch is high to even the count at 2-2. So Hutchin stands at first. He's on his way to second. Pitch is outside. The throw from the catcher is into center field. So Hutchin will easily steal second base. And a runner will be in scoring position now for Hyde with a full count. 3-2 count here, nobody out. Hutchin at second. That is Hutchin's 15th stolen base in 16 attempts this year. And Hyde chops that one softly to third, and the Mountain Lions will get the 5-3 put out to retire Hyde for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning.
40, Taylor Walker.
And senior Taylor Walker will make his first appearance of the game. Again, Walker enjoying a stellar senior season here for the Falcons. Second in the Peach Belt Conference with 14 home runs. Among the NCAA Division II leaders nationally with 60 RBIs. And the .407 batting average is not too bad either as he fouls that one down the left side. Walker again spent his first 2 years at Jackson State Community College in Jackson, Tennessee. Played his junior season at Southern Miss and transferred here to Montevallo. He is a high school teammate of Thomas Brady, another senior on the Montevallo roster at Riverdale High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That one is chopped to third as well. Hutchin will be able to advance to third on the 5-3 put out, though, and he will stand at third with 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Coming up to bat, number 4, Daniel Pardo.
And that will bring up Daniel Pardo, the left-handed hitter from Tampa, Florida. Has solidified his spot here in left field for the Falcons after spending the first 2 years of his collegiate career at Campbell University. He lines that one in the left field for a base hit and the first RBI of the day. He'll drive in Hutchin, and the Falcons will take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. So a nice start here by the Falcons again, getting on the board early. The RBI single there by Pardo. Again, Pardo played at Campbell for 2 years, was part of a team that made it to the postseason at NCAA Division I level. Made it to regional play as a freshman. And he has had a good junior year here at Montevallo. First run of the day coming in off his RBI single. And he's on his way to second as well. And that throw is not in time and is not called out at second. So Pardo will steal second and put another runner in scoring position here for Dominic DeVille, the designated hitter from Petaluma, California. Pardo asking for a brief moment to clean off his uniform. And DeVille here facing an 0-1 count to Anthman. And that pitch is low for a ball and evens the count at 1-1. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. The wind blowing from left to right. And the 1-1 pitch is low as well. And DeVille now ahead in the count 3-1. Two away here. Again, Pardo is at second. And Montevallo already has one run across here in the bottom of the first inning and leads 1-0. And that pitch is outside for ball 4. So DeVille will take his base on the walk. And we will see senior Thomas Brady bat here in the bottom of the first.
Thomas Brady.
So Brady, a chance to hit here with runners at first and second. Two away. And Amtman looks at Pardo at second, decides to step off and send him back to the bag. Shortstop and second baseman not covering the bag there. And first pitch is low for ball 1. And now it looks like Anthony's asking his second baseman to pay attention to the runner at second, and that is Pardo. As the second baseman cheats over a little, Antman delivers, and that pitch is low for ball 2. And now catcher Chris McGinnis will walk out to the mound to have a conversation with Amtman. And 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3, so Brady has a hitter's count here, 3-0, with runners at first and second, 2 away here in the bottom of the first. And the 3-0 pitch is across the plate for strike 1. And Brady hits the sky into right field at the warning track. The catch is made. And so Brady flies out to right to end the inning. But the Falcons do get the first run across and lead 1-0 as we head to the second inning here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. So Brett Westmoreland will lead things off here in the top of the second inning for Young Harris. Again, Montevallo taking a 1-0 lead. They're in the bottom of the first inning on an RBI single by Daniel Pardo. First pitch from Roney is high for ball one. And that one is hit into right center for a base hit for Westmoreland. Hit into no man's land there with Hyde, Ferrudo, and Brady all giving chase, but it drops for a base hit. So Troy Kaiser will make his first plate appearance of the day with a runner on after the leadoff single by Brett Westmoreland. And that pitch is outside for ball one. So Roney pitching with runner on base for the first time today. That one's lined directly to Dane Hutchin at short. He makes the grab, but his throw to first is a little to the left of the bag, and Kaiser will be out on the line drive, but Westmoreland able to safely get back to first. Sharp throw there from Hutchin to Walker at the bag probably gets the double play, but as it is, one away here in the top of the second for Jimmy Penakaitis. And that pitch from Roney is low for ball one. And 1-0 pitch is fouled out of play to even the count at 1-1. And 1-1 pitch is outside. Wind now blowing straight in left field. One of the rare occasions here at Kermit A. Johnson Field that is the case. And it's a 3-1 count now here for Penakaitis. And 3-1 pitch is low for a ball, so there will be two runners on now for the Mountain Lions after Penakaitis reaches on the walk. One away here for Josh Peters. And that pitch is back up the middle. Ferrudo fields it, steps on the bag at second, and fires to Taylor Walker at first. to get the 4-6 double play and get the Falcons out of the inning. A nice play there by Ferrudo again. Fields it, steps on the bag at second, and throws the first for the double play. And we head to the bottom half of the second inning with the Falcons 1-0 lead intact here at Kermit A. Johnson Field.
Matthew Ferruto.
Leading things off here in the second for the Falcons is second baseman Matthew Ferruto, who just made the play at second to get the double play started and get the Falcons out of a jam in the top half of the inning. The first pitch is lined into left field, just outside the glove of the Mountain Lions shortstop for a base hit for Ferruto. So leadoff hitter is on again for the Falcons.
Number 20, Tyler Krabby.
And freshman Tyler Krabby, the catcher for Montevallo, will hit here in the second. Pitch is outside for ball one. It's a 1-0 count. Antman throws over to first. Ferruto back in time. And that one's hit hard to left by Krabby at the warning track. The catch will be made for the first out here in the inning. Ferruto is back to first. So one away now for Chase Bryant after the hard hit ball there by Krabby. But it stays in again, as we mentioned, on a rare occasion. The wind blows directly in from left field here at Kermit A. Johnson Field, and that's what we have today. So that one stays in at the warning track. And the first pitch to Bryant is low for ball one. And throw over with Ferruto back in time. And that pitch is outside. That's across on the outside corner for a strike, excuse me. And the count is 1-1. And the pitch out as Fruito's on his way to second, and he is out. The Mountain Lions read that one. And on the pitch out, they get Fruito caught stealing on the 2-4 put out. And 2-1 count now for Bryant, but that is the second out of the inning for the Falcons. After the Falcons stole 2 bases in the first inning, as the 2-1 pitches across the plate to even the count at 2-2. But after those 2 stolen bases in the first, the Mountain Lions had a pretty good idea that Fruito was about to head to second. That one's lined right back at Ampleman, but he will pick it up off the ground and fire to first, but not in time. So Chase Bryant reaches on the single off the pitcher's leg, and Ampleman is having some trouble. He recovered nicely to get the ball and fire it to first, and it was a close play. But Bryant's able to beat it out, and now Montevallo Athletic assistant athletic trainer Trey Holler and Young Harris head coach Travis Huffman make their way to the mound to check on him. And Ampleman will try to shake it off and throw a few warm-up pitches here. That one was right back at him off the upper leg. And he appears to be okay. Huffman and Lawler make their way back to their respective dugouts, and leadoff hitter Dane Hutchin will hit here with 2 away, runner at first.
Dane Hutchin.
Bryant's on his way to second as the pitch is across the plate for a strike, and he is in there just underneath the tag. And we will have an argument here with Huffman making his way out to have a chat with the infield umpire. Again, it looked like Bryant snuck under just underneath the tag. Shortstop Zach Beggs was the infielder covering the bag for the Mountain Lions. As Huffman has a few words with the infield umpire before heading back to the dugout. So that is the 3rd stolen base of the game already here in the bottom of the second inning for the Falcons. And they also had 1 caught stealing where Fruito was thrown out on the pitch out. Swing and a miss by Hutchin, and he's down 0-2. A runner in scoring position for the Falcons here again in the second inning. Again, Montevallo leading 1-0. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. And that pitch is low, evens the count at 2-2. Ampleman and Beggs having a conversation there in between pitches. And the 2-2 pitch is outside and runs the count to full. Here for Hutchin, hitting with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. So Hutchin will reach on the walk, and 2 runners are on for Jeremy Hyde.
Jeremy Hyde.
Hyde hits here with 2 runners on, 2 away in the second. Montevallo leading 1-0. That one is lined at second baseman Tristan Smith, and he will make the grab and retire Hyde, and Young Harris will get out of the inning without any damage. Montevallo leading 1-0 as we head to the third inning here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. So Tristan Smith, who recorded that final out in the bottom of the second inning, will lead things off for the Mountain Lions here in the top of the third. The Falcons leading 1-0 here in the third game of this Peach Belt Conference Series, looking for the sweep. First pitch is across the plate for a strike. Wind picks up a little here, and pitches outside to even the count at 1-1. And that pitch is high. It runs the count to 2-1. And that one's hit down the left field line by Smith, and he will be on with a leadoff single. So the leadoff runner is on for the Mountain Lions, and Chris McGinnis, the catcher, hitting in the 9-hole for the Mountain Lions, will make his first plate appearance of the day. And the pitch is low for ball 1. And the sack bunt attempt will be effective. McGinnis will sacrifice Smith the second on the 5-3 put out attempt on the sack bunt. So runner in scoring position for Zach Odom, leadoff hitter for Young Harris. And the Mountain Lions have runner in scoring position with 1 away here in the top of the third. First pitch from Roney is a strike. Hits that one to center field, and Thomas Brady will make the grab. Runner will think about heading to third, but Smith does not. He stays at second, so 2 away now for the Mountain Lions. And Luke Miller will attempt to get Smith home and tie the game here in the third with 2 outs. First pitch from Roney is a nice pitch for a strike. The curveball is an effective pitch for the freshman. A swing and a miss, and Miller is down 0-2 quickly. And that again hit into the gap in right center will get the job done. So the RBI single by Luke Miller will score Smith and tie the game here in the third inning at 1-1. That is the second hit of the day by the Mountain Lions, just softly over the head of second baseman Matthew Ferrudo into the gap in right center. So we're now tied 1-1 here in the third after the RBI single by Luke Miller, and Zach Beggs will make his way to the batter's box. That was fouled out of the play to the left side, and Beggs is down 0-1. That one is hit foul to the left side. Chase Bryant giving chase and makes the grab to record the final out of the inning here in the third. But the Mountain Lions are able to tie the game at 1-1 on the RBI single by Luke Miller. And we head to the bottom of the third here at Kermit A. Johnson Field.
Number 40, Taylor Walker.
So Taylor Walker will lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning for the Falcons. Again, Walker is second in the Peach Belt Conference with his 14 home runs this year. And he hits the first one hard to shortstop Zach Beggs, who fires to first for the 6-3 putout.
Coming up to bat, number 4, Daniel Pardo.
And Daniel Pardo, who had the RBI single back in the first inning to give Montevallo its 1-0 lead at the time, will hit here in the third. Young Harris tied the game in the top half of the third, and we're tied 1-1 here. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. That one is fouled out of play to the left side, and Pardo will be down 0-2. Again, Empsman, the starter for the Mountain Lions, was the final reliever in the game for Young Harris on Friday night and gave up the walk-off solo home run to Jeremy Hyde. And Pardo chops that one to third, but Luke Miller unable to field it cleanly and fire to first.
Number 39, Dominic
So that will be an E5 on Young Harris. And DeVille lines that one to right field on the first pitch. Pardo will remain at first as Thomas Brady hits here with 2 down.
Coming up to bat, number 9, Thomas Brady.
And the pitch is outside for ball 1. The pitch across the plate for a strike to even the count at 1-1. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. The throw down not in time to get Pardo at first. So Brady facing a 2-1 count. Runner at first, 2 away. Runner's on the move. Pitch is low, and Pardo's in safely for his second stolen base on the day. So runner in scoring position now for Brady, who's hitting here with a 3-1 count, 2 away. He fouls that one out of play on the right side to run the count to full. And that one hit foul in the same position. Still count remains 3-2. Brady will ground out to shortstop Zach Beggs to end the inning. So we will head to the fourth, tied 1-1 here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. So Brett Westmoreland will lead things off here in the fourth for the Mountain Lions. Again, if you're just joining us, we're tied 1-1 here in the final game of this three-game Peach Belt Conference Series. A RBI single by Daniel Pardo in the bottom of the first gave Montevallo a 1-0 lead as Westmoreland fouls that one down the left field line. Then Luke Miller had an RBI single in the top of the third inning for Young Harris, and that's where we stand here in the fourth, tied 1-1. And Westmoreland fouls that one out of play and is down 0-2. And that pitch is outside and gets away from Krabby. Counts now 1-2. Pitch inside evens the count at 2-2 here to Westmoreland. And that pitch inside runs the count to full. That one up the middle by Westmoreland for a base hit. Hutchins shaded more toward third on the defensive alignment there, and that one will get up the middle for a base hit. So runner on for Mountain Lions again here in the fourth, and that brings up Troy Kaiser. That one hit to right field. Hyde settles under just shy of the warning track. And Kaiser is retired on the fly out to right field. So one down here in the fourth. Kida sitting here for the Mountain Lions, a runner on and one away. And he sends that one through the right side of the infield for a base hit. So the Mountain Lions have runners at first and second, with a pair of singles here in the fourth inning. And Josh Peters will hit for the Mountain Lions with one out and runners at first and second. Swing and a miss by Peters, and he's down 0-1. That one is fouled out of play behind home plate. It counts 0-2. Again, here in this third game of the series, you have the freshman battery for the Falcons, freshman Jamison Roney on the mound, and Tyler Krabby behind the plate. And that pitch is just off the plate for ball one. Inside pitch fouled away. The count remains 1-2. Time is called by Peters. He steps out of the box and he's back in now, awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Roney. And that one is foul down the right side. So the sixth pitch of the at-bat coming here, with Peters facing a 1-2 count. A swing and a miss, strike three, as Peters goes down swinging for the second out in the inning. So Tristan Smith will try to give Young Harris a lead here in the fourth. Runners at first and second, 2 away after the strikeout by Peters. And that one is hit into center field. Thomas Brady has a read on it, makes the grab. So the fly out ends the inning. No damage done. We head to the bottom of the fourth here at Kermit A. Johnson Field, still tied at 1-1. Matthew Ferrudo will lead things off here in the fourth.
Coming out to bat, number 11,
For the
Matthew
Falcons.
Ferruto.
The first pitch from Antman is high for ball one. And that pitch is low for ball two. Pitch catches the outside corner of the plate, and the count is now 2-1 here for Ferrudo. Ferrudo fouls that one out of play, evens the count at 2-2. Pitch is high for ball three, and the count is now full. And Ferrudo fouls that one at the plate to stay alive. McGinnis heads out to have a chat with Antman, and the younger Ferrudo has a chat with his older brother Daniel Ferrudo, the third base coach for the Falcons. Fouls that one off behind home plate to stay alive. 3-2 count here in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody out. And he stays alive in the at-bat and works a single to left field. So leadoff runner on for the Falcons again here in the bottom of the fourth.
Tyler Krabby.
And freshman Tyler Krabby, the catcher for the Falcons, will hit here with a runner on, nobody out. And again, the Falcons have already stolen 3 bases here in the game. Ferrudo was caught stealing. His first pitch is across the plate for strike one. But a lot of speed for Montevallo. And they will throw over to chase Ferrudo back to the bag. And Krabby lines that one down the left field line. And it gets away from the left fielder. And Ferrudo on his way home. So the single and error by the left fielder allows Ferrudo to score. And Krabby is at
Coming out to
second.
bat, number 2, Chase Bryant.
That will bring up Chase Bryant. So the Falcons take the lead there, 2-1. Again, a nice piece of hitting by Krabby, lining it down the line. Gets away from Penakaitis in left field and allows Krabby to get to second. And Chase Bryant, and nicely done. Sacrifice bunt, bobbled by Antman. And they say that the throw was off the bag at first, so Peters unable to record the out, according to the infield umpire. And we'll have another conversation between Young Harris coach Travis Huffman and the infield umpire, the second one of the day. So the error there on the sacrifice bunt attempt. And now we will have a conversation between the two umpires. Not sure what home plate umpire would be able to offer here. Huffman patiently awaits an answer. And they changed the call. They changed the call. They changed the call. And we'll say Bryant was indeed out on the play. And now Chandler Rose, the Falcons head coach, will have a word with the home plate umpire. So they will indeed say that Bryant was out on the play. Again, it was bobbled by Antman before he threw to Peters. And initially it was ruled, he was initially ruled safe by the infield umpire. And they changed the call. So one down here for the Falcons.
Coming out the bat, number 18, Dane Hutchins.
You can take that error off of back to 2 as well. All right, so Dane Hutchins hitting with a runner at third. Falcons leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. So it will go down as a sacrifice bunt by Chase Bryant as the first pitch is fouled off by Hutchins. Sacrifice bunt by Bryant. He does his job and moves Krabby to third. But one of those rare occasions in baseball where conversation between a coach and an umpire, and then a conversation between the umpires, and a call is reversed. And Hutchins lines that one into right center for a RBI single. So the Falcons lead 3-1 now
Coming out the bat, number 28,
in the fourth.
Jeremy Hyde.
So Jeremy Hyde will hit here now after the RBI single by Dane Hutchins gives Montevallo a 3-1 lead. But we will have a visit to the mound by the Mountain Lions pitching coach. Yeah, you can play something. No, not the. Well, that's fine. Yeah. So Hyde hitting here. Falcons leading 3-1. Hutchins again at first after the RBI single. And the first pitch is outside for ball one. And the pitch is high for ball two. Looked like it might Might have been a miscommunication between the pitcher and the catcher, as that pitch was more in a spot for a pitch out. As it is, Hyde hitting here with a 2-0 count. And that pitch is outside, and the count is now 3-0. And they throw over to Chase Hutchin back to the bag. A good call, as the leadoff hitter for the Falcons has stolen his 15th base of the year already in this game. And 4 consecutive balls to Hyde, and he's at first on the walk.
Coming up the bat, number 40, Taylor Walker.
Dangerous spot here for the Mountain Lions with Taylor Walker hitting. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Again, Walker, one of the best hitters in the Peach Belt Conference and nationally in NCAA Division II for that matter. First pitch is low for ball 1. Walker is second in the conference with 14 home runs and among the national leaders with 60 RBIs this year. That pitch is across the plate to even the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is also in the strike zone, and Walker has a 1-2 count now. Runners at first and second, 1 down. The pitch just outside, even the count at 2-2. And they say Walker's down on strikes
Coming up the bat, number
after
4,
watching a
Daniel
ball on the
Pardo.
outside corner for strike 3. So Daniel Pardo will now try to drive in the runners at first and second. Again, Montevallo scoring 2 earlier in the inning, and they lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Pardo had an RBI single back in the first. First pitch is outside for ball 1. And a throw to shortstop Zach Beggs, looking Hutchin back to the bag at second base. And Pardo fouls that one out of play to the left side, even the count at 1-1. With Hutchin's speed, a base hit here would likely give the Falcons another run. And Mountain Lions are trying to keep him as close to second base as possible. That one is fouled out of play to the left side as well. And Pardo hits with a 1-2 count. There's action in the Mountain Lions bullpen again. Today's starter, Cole Ampleman, pitched on Friday night in relief as well. And Pardo hits that one sky high to center field. But Odom on the run, able to make the grab and retire Pardo for the final out. So the Falcons score 2 here in the bottom of the 4th and take a 3-1 lead as we head to the 5th at Kermit A. Johnson Field. Leading things off here in the top of the 5th for Young Harris will be Chris McGinnis.
Number 14, Chris McGinnis.
The catcher for Young Harris hitting in the 9-hole. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. And that one is lifted into left center field. Brady on the run, not able to make the grab. It's off the wall. And McGinnis trying to turn it into a triple and will successfully do so. On the triple to left center, Mountain Lions have a runner in scoring position right off the bat. Again, Brady on the run, not able to get there in time as the ball bounced off the wall. And McGinnis committed to making the turn at second, was able to get there for the triple. The first pitch to Odom is fouled out of play to the right side. Foul down the right field line, so Odom in an 0-2 hole early here against Roney. And that one is shot to Bryant, and they will get McGinnis. As he started home, Bryant throws to Krabby, and McGinnis reverses his tracks, but Krabby a nice throw back to Bryant, and they get McGinnis on the fielder's choice by Odom. So a nice defensive play there by Bryant, realizing he had plenty of time to throw to Krabby, hoping to at least just keep McGinnis from scoring. And as it is, they get him out. They're on the fielder's choice. And Roney throws over to Chase Odom back to first. First pitch is low for ball one. And the pitch inside runs the count to 2-0. So Montevallo able to erase the leadoff triple there by McGinnis after getting that on the fielder's choice by Odom. So one away, runner at first. Here for Miller. And that pitch is high as Roney runs the count to 3-0. And that pitch is just off the plate for ball four. So Miller will reach on the walk, and runners will be at first and second with one away for Zach Beggs. And pitching coach Eric Moss will jog out to have a conversation with Jamison Roney and Tyler Krabby. Chris, you can play something in between any music when there's a even though that was short, so it's still alright though. You can, yeah. So Beggs hits here with one out, runners at first and second. First pitch is high for ball one. Swing and a miss by Beggs. Evens the count at 1-1. Pitch is also in the strike zone for strike two. 1-2 count now here for Beggs. Now when it's fouled out of play to the left side as Beggs stays alive. Pitch is just out of the zone, evens the count at 2-2. Beggs hits that one to right field. Jeremy Hyatt on the run makes the grab. And Odom will move from second to third on the flyouts. So two away now, runners at the corners. For Brett Westmoreland, designated hitter for Young Harris. And now it appears Chandler Rose will make a call to the bullpen. So we'll be right back here at Kermit A. Johnson Field momentarily with information on the new pitcher. The new pitcher for the Falcons is Alex Pondick, the sophomore from Gadsden, Alabama. Pondick comes in with a 1-1 mark on the mound. 7 appearances, has only pitched 9 1/3 innings. His 8.68 ERA doesn't tell the whole story for Pondick, who began his career here at Montevallo as a starter during his freshman season in the weekend rotation for the Falcons, but had an injury and missed the 2015 season. And redshirted and is back here in his 3rd year at Montevallo, pitching as a reliever. So he will try to get the Falcons out of a jam with runners at the corners and 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss by Westmoreland at the first pitch from Pondick. That pitch is across the plate for strike 2. So Westmoreland down 0-2 in the hole here with 2 outs. Runners at first and third. That pitch is just outside. 1-2. What's that? Yeah. Austin couldn't. He emailed me this morning, said he couldn't make it. Wyatt was only available for Friday. Austin's the one that was here yesterday. He does play-by-play. Wyatt does color. And that's strike 3 as Pondick gets out of the jam. So we head to the bottom of the 5th here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. The Falcons leading 3-1. So
39,
Dominic DeVille, the
Dominic
Falcons'
DeVille.
designated hitter, will lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth for Montevallo. Again, the Falcons leading 3-1. New pitcher for the Mountain Lions, Jack Ganter. He has appeared in 17 games, all in relief. 1-0 with a 7.84 ERA. First pitch is a strike. Swing and a miss by DeVille, and he's down 0-2. And DeVille swings and misses and is down swinging on 3 pitches.
Coming up to bat, number 9, Thomas Brady.
So Thomas Brady playing center field for Montevallo today. Hits here with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. And that one is hit into center field. Odom on the run and able to make the grab. So 2 down now after the fly out by Brady.
Coming up to bat,
For
number 11,
Matthew Ferruto.
Matthew Ferruto.
So Ferruto hitting here for Montevallo. 2 for 2 on the day and has scored a run. And he shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's across the plate for strike 1. And that pitch just off the plate to even the count at 1-1. And that pitch is called a strike. So 1-2 count here for Ferruto. And the 1-2 pitch is low, evens the count at 2-2. And that pitch is fouled off as Ferruto stays alive. So Ferruto lines that one into right field for a base hit and is now 3 for 3 on the day.
Coming up to bat, number 20, Tyler Krabby.
So a nice piece of hitting there by Ferruto with a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Lines a base hit into right, and that will bring up Tyler Krabby. Krabby, 1 for 2 on the day. Has driven in a run and scored a run. And Montevallo leading 3-1 as we play here in the bottom of the 5th. Ferruto on the way to second, so he'll be in there easily with a stolen base. That is the 5th stolen base for the Falcons. Pitch is way outside, evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss by Krabby at the outside pitch, and it's facing a 1-2 count now. And the 1-2 pitch is outside, even the count at 2-2. That pitch is outside and runs the count to full. And Krabby hits that one to left. The wind is not blowing in this time, and that one's out of here.
Home run!
The second hard hit ball of the day by Krabby to left field. The first one stayed in the park with the wind blowing in. That one gets out of here. It's a 2-run homer, gives Montevallo a 5-1 lead. Again, the Falcons looking to clinch a spot in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament with a victory today and sweep the series.
Coming up to bat,
And now they
number 2,
have a
Jake
5-1
Bryant.
lead here in the 5th, working toward that goal. So Krabby, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs after the 2-run homer. First pitch to Bryant is inside for ball 1. And the second pitch is outside for ball 2. A 3-0 count here for Bryant now. And the 3-0 pitch is across the plate for the first strike. Chops that one foul back to the wall, and the count runs to full. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. So Bryant is hauling after the walk. And leadoff hitter Dane Hutchin
Number 18, Dane Hutchin.
will make his way back to the batter's box. Productive day for the junior from Colorado Springs already. 2 for 2 on the day. A pair of stolen bases as well. And Bryant's on the move. He's in there before the tag is applied, and he is still second base. And another runner in scoring position for the Falcons. Bryant Steele is the 6th of the day for Montevallo. And that pitch is outside as well. The count is now 2-0. Hutchin walks over to get some advice from head coach Chandler Rose while McGinnis walks out to the mound to talk with Ganter, who started the inning in relief for the Mountain Lions. Hutchin fouls that one back. The count is now 2-1. And that will be Hutchin's third hit of the day in the gap in right center. He's on his way to second, and Bryant's on his way home. So a stand-up double by Dane Hutchin, who is now 3 for 3 on the day. And the Falcons lead 6-1.
Number 28, Jeremy Hyde.
Nice 2-out hitting there by Dane Hutchin. It gives Montevallo its third run in the inning. And Jeremy Hyde hits here with a runner in scoring position. First pitch is outside for ball one. Hyde looking to make another mark on this series. Had the walk-off home run in the first game of the series Friday night. Has gone 0 for 6 since. That one is lifted into center field at the warning track. The catch is made for the third and final out here in the fifth. We head to the sixth at Kermit A. Johnson Field. Montevallo leading 6-1. Troy Kaiser will lead things off here for Young Harris. Top of the sixth inning. Again, Montevallo scoring 3 runs there in the bottom of the fifth, leading 6-1. A 2-run homer by Tyler Krabby and an RBI single by Dane Hutchin. First pitch from Pondick as they cross the plate for the strike. Pondick got the final out in the fifth inning and is in his second inning in relief of starter Jamison Roney. he's ahead in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is outside for ball one. And that pitch catches Kaiser looking at the pitch on the outside corner for strike three. So Pennakitis will hit here for the Mountain Lions with one down in the sixth. Pennakitis able to check his swing there as a 1-0 count. They appeal to the first base umpire, and he changes the home plate umpire's call, and Pennakitis is down 0-1. And that one is hit softly to Taylor Walker at first, and he'll take care of it himself for the 3 unassisted putout for the second out here in the sixth. So Josh Peters will hit here for the Mountain Lions. And that pitch just inside for ball one. A swing and a miss by Peters evens the count at 1-1. That one is chopped back to Pondick. He fields and throws to Walker for the 1-3 putout, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Young Harris. We head to the bottom of the sixth. The Falcons leading 6-1. So back here at Kermit A. Johnson Field for the bottom of the sixth inning. Taylor Walker leading things off for the Falcons against a new relief pitcher for Young Harris, Cody Beck. He also pitched in relief on Friday night. He's now 2-4 with a 6.92 ERA, making his 18th appearance on the season. Two ball count here to Walker. Swings and misses at that pitch and is now 2-1. Fouls that one off, and the count's even at 2-2. Walker asks for time, steps out of the box, and will now await the 2-2 pitch from Beck. It's outside, and the count's now full. Beck working quickly. That one is chopped through the left side for a base hit. So Walker, another leadoff runner on for the Falcons.
Comes out to bat, number 4, Daniel Pardo.
And we'll bring up Daniel Pardo. Pardo is 1 for 3 on the day and has driven in a run. He had the RBI single back in the first for the first run of the game. Beck working quickly here for the Mountain Lions. First pitch, Pardo was able to check his swing. And it's a 1-0 count. Pitch is low for ball 2. And that pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 2-2. And that pitch is outside, runs the count to full. So full count here for Pardo. Walker at first after the leadoff single, nobody out. Pardo lines that one directly at first baseman Josh Peters, who was able to turn around and make the tag on Walker for the double play.
Coming out the bat, number 39, Dominic DeVille.
So unfortunate spot there. Pardo line out directly where Peters was standing, and unfortunately he was standing only about a foot away from the base runner Walker, a couple of feet off first base. So the double play leaves 2 outs here for DeVille. First pitch is a ball. DeVille is 0 for 2 on the day. Fouls that one back to the screen to even the count at 1-1. DeVille hits that one into center field and misread by Odom, who came in initially and then tried to make up the ground, was unable to. So a double to the center field wall for DeVille. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Thomas Brady.
Number 9, Thomas Brady.
a pinch runner for the Falcons, Nick Smith, will head out to second to take DeVille's spot. The Falcons looking to add a little speed at second with 2 down. Thomas Brady 0 for 3 on the day, looking for his first hit. First pitch is a strike. That one is chopped to third base and misplayed by Luke Miller. So Brady will reach on the air, and Smith will move to third. And that brings up Matthew Ferrudo, 4 for 4 on the day, or 3 for 3 on the day, looking to go 4 for 4 with runners at the corners and 2 away here in the 6th. First pitch is low for ball 1. Second pitch is high, and it's a 2-0 count for Ferrudo. Pitch just off the edge outside, and it's a 3-0 count. Three-0 pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Ferrudo fouls that one out of play to the right side to run the count full. And that pitch is high for ball 4. So the base is loaded now for the Falcons.
Coming up to bat, number 20, Tyler Krabby.
2 away here in the 6th. For Tyler Krabby, who is 2 for 3 on the day and had a 2-run homer in his last at bat. And that one is hit into left center. The wind blowing in. The shortstop unable to make the grab. Zach Beggs in shallow left center field cannot make the grab. So the error by Beggs allows 2 runners to score. So 2 runners in on the air. And the Falcons lead 8-1. Chase Bryant hitting now for the Falcons. First pitch across the plate for a strike. So runners at the corners. Ferrudo at third, Krabby at first. With 2 down, Montevallo leading 8-1. Chase Bryant hits that one too. Beggs is short, who stabs it and throws to Peters to get the 6-3 put out and end the inning. But the Falcons are able to get 2 runs across, and they will take a 8-1 lead into the 7th here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. So Tristan Smith lead things off for Young Harris here in the top of the seventh. Yep. Playing second base today for the Mountain Lions. One for two on the day. Fouls off that first pitch from Pondick and is down 0-1. And pitch is outside, evens the count at 1-1. That pitch catches the outside corner of the strike zone, and it's a 1-2 count. And Smith chops that one to short. Dane Hutchin fields and fires the walker at first for the 6-3 putout. One away here for Chris McGinnis. Well, McGinnis, the 9-hole hitter for the Mountain Lions, 1 for 1 in the game. First pitch from Pondick is high for ball 1. Pitch is on the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. And that pitch is outside. Count is 2-1. Swing and a miss by McGinnis, and it counts even at 2-2. And McGinnis caught looking at strike 3. So the strikeout by Pondick is his third in relief so far. And it's the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Zach Odom. And the first pitch across the plate for strike 1. That pitch is on the outside corner as well for strike 2. That was fouled off, and the count remains 0-2. Pitch is low for a ball, evens the count at 2-2. And the pitch outside runs the count to full. Odom will reach on the walk. So runner on for the Mountain Lions here with 2 down in the 7th. And so Odom back in the batter's box. Count still 3-2. And a strike down the middle. He strikes out for Pontiac's 4th strikeout of the day. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Falcons leading 8-1.
Number 18, Dane Hutchins.
Dane Hutchin leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Falcons against a new reliever for Young Harris. Johnny Spring making his 10th appearance this year. He is 0-1 with an 8.56 ERA. First pitch by Hutchin is foul down the left side. Stays in play, but the Mountain Lions are unable to get to it in time. And it's an 0-1 count. Hutchin fouls that one off in a similar spot into the bullpen this time. He's down 0-2. Swing and a miss by Hutchin, and he's down on strikes to lead things off here in the 7th.
Number 28, Jeremy Hyde.
That will bring up Jeremy Hyde. Again, as we mentioned, it was Hyde's walk-off homer that gave Montevallo the 6-5 win in the first game of this series, but he has since gone 0-7. Strike one down the middle. That pitch outside gets by McGinnis and evens the count at 1-1. Pitch outside as well, and it's a 2-1 count. Hyde lists that one into center field, and Odom on the run, able to make the grab for the second out.
Coming out to bat, number 40, Taylor Walker.
Taylor Walker makes his way to the batter's box, 1 for 4 on the day. Walker entered the weekend with a .407 batting average, trying to keep it above 400. That hard hit ball foul down the left side, and he's down 0-1. That was chop foul toward the Young Harris dugout. And Walker is down 0-2. Pitch outside for ball 1. And the pitch is outside, even the count at 2-2. And that one just low as Walker thought about swinging but held off. And the count runs to full. And the pitch outside, and Walker is on base with a walk. And now Daniel Pardo will hit here with 1 runner on, 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Chris, you got Mr. Brightside for me?
I will once I find out where it is. My fault, Mr. Richard. I don't think we need to play this song. Let's see, what play? Bucky's up on the
First pitch is fouled off, and Pardo's down 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit by Pardo. And runners on first and second now. And pinch hitter Michael Simmons will make his way to batter's box.
Coming out to bat, number 27, Michael Simmons.
So Simmons hitting here with 2 runners on, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th, looking to add to the Falcons' 8-1 lead. That pitch is inside for ball 1. And the pitch gets by McGinnis and allows both runners to move up. On the wild pitch. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Simmons. The 2-0 count. Simmons fouls that one out of play. And the count is 2-1. 3-1 count now here for Simmons. That one is chop foul to the wall. Count remains full. And it was hit high in the infield. Spring, miscommunication by Spring and first baseman. Josh Peters allows the ball to drop, and Simmons will stay alive. So Simmons alive here with a full count with runners at second and third. And that pitch is inside for ball four, so the bases will be loaded now for Thomas Brady. Brady 0 for 4 on the day, looking for his first hit. First pitch is a ball to Brady. Brady steps off Spring steps off the mound. Brady steps out. Both are back in, and Brady awaits the 1-0 pitch. He fouls that one back to the wall and evens the count at 1-1. And Brady hits that one to shortstop Zach Beggs, who throws to third but can't get the out. And the fielder's choice will allow Walker to score, but then the throwing error allows
Coming out to bat, number 1, J.D. Minor.
Pardo to score as well. So Simmons is at third. Pardo and Walker both come in to score. And J.D. Minor is the pinch hitter for the Falcons. He chops that one down to third. And Miller throws to Peters for the 5-3 put out to end the inning. But the Falcons are able to get 2 more runs there on the error. And Montevallo leads 10-1 as we head to the 8th inning here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. Luke Miller leading things off here in the 8th. A hard hit ball to the left center field, but Pardo makes the grab at the wall. Nice play by Pardo for the first out in the inning. So Zach Beggs will hit here with one away.
Pitching change. Right-hander. Left-hander.
So Justin Whitley now makes his way to the mound and will relieve Alex Pondick.
Coming out to pitch for the University of Montevallo, number 37, Justin Whitley.
So Pondick will exit in line for the win after relieving Roney in the 5th. Pondick has pitched 2 2/3 innings, hasn't given up a hit, hasn't walked anybody, and recorded 4 strikeouts. So a nice relief effort by Pondick this afternoon. Whitley
Cleveland Cavaliers.
is 1-0 this season, making his 12th appearance. Has only pitched 10 2/3 innings and 15 strikeouts and 5 walks, a 6.75 ERA. And he will face Beggs with 1 out here in the 8th. So Whitley facing Beggs here with 1 away in the 8th. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. And that pitch outside evens the count at 1-1. Beggs lifts that one into center field. Brady tracks it down for the out. And 2 away now for designated hitter Brett Westmoreland. First pitch strike, and Westmoreland's down 0-1. Swing and a miss at the second pitch, and he's down 0-2. And that pitch on the inside corner, and he's caught looking at strike 3. So nice pitching there by Whitley. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Montevallo leading 10-1.
Coming out to bat, number 26, Jack Mayo.
So Jack Mayo will hit here for the Falcons, pinch hitting for Tyler Krabby. And this first pitch is fouled out of play for strike 1. And a strike there makes the count 1-2 to Mayo. He lifts that one into left field. Catch is made for the first out. And Chase Bryant
Coming out to bat, number 2, Chase Bryant.
hitting here for the Falcons. And that pitch is lined back up the middle for a base hit. So Bryant two for 3 on the day after the base hit.
Coming out to bat, number 18, Dane Hutchins.
And that brings up Dane Hutchin. Hutchin having a big day as well. 3 for 4 at the plate. Montevallo leading 10-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That one is fouled out of play. They throw over to first. Bryant back in plenty of time. A swing and a miss by Hutchin, and he's down 0-2. That pitch is outside for ball one. And that pitch is chopped foul. Hudson stays alive 1-2. And that pitch is low, evens the count at 2-2. Throw over Bryant back in plenty of time. Hutchin waiting the 2-2 pitch. And he lines that one into right center. Hutchin again having an incredible afternoon here. Now 4 for 5 on the day. And he will turn it into a triple. RBI triple by Hutchin. And the Falcons lead 11-1. So Dane Hutchin having himself a day. A 4 for 5 afternoon, a home run shy of hitting for the cycle. And now Jeremy Hyde. Again, the hero Friday night with his walk-off home run. Fouls the first pitch out of play, looking to do something here in his final at bat of the series. He's gone 0 for 8 since the walk-off home run. And that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and he's down 0-2. And that pitch is outside. The count's now 1-2. And that pitch is outside. Excuse me. Count is 2-2. Hyde swings and misses down on strikes for out number 2.
Coming out to bat, number 40, Taylor Walker.
That will bring up Taylor Walker. So Walker hitting here with Hutchin at third after the RBI triple. 2 away, fouls the first pitch off to the right side. He's down 0-1. And he swings through and misses on that pitch, and he's down 0-2. Swing and a miss. The 0-2 pitch fouled out of play, and Walker stays alive. And that pitch is outside for ball one. And that pitch is off the plate as well, and evens the count at 2-2. And that pitch is outside. And the count runs full. And that pitch is way outside for ball four. So Walker reaches on the walk, and pinch hitter
Coming out the bat,
Tyler
number
Goosenard
29, Tyler Gesnard.
will make his first appearance as a pinch hitter. So he will hit here with 2 outs and runners at the corners. And the first pitch is outside for ball one. And that pitch is low for ball two. That one is chopped to first baseman Josh Peters, and he'll step on the bag for the 3 unassisted putout and end the inning. And we head to the top of the 9th. Montevallo leading 11-1. Colton Nussel, a new pitcher for the Falcons in the top of the ninth inning. 0-2 on the year, making his 15th appearance, a 6.05 ERA. He hits Troy Kaiser, the leadoff batter for the Mountain Lions. So a runner at first with nobody out for Jimmy Penakaitis. That pitch is outside for ball one. Again, the Falcons 3 outs away from securing their spot in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, leading 11-1. Swing and a miss by Penakaitis. Montevallo is currently 5th in the Peach Belt Conference standings, and they will host the University of North Georgia in a 3-game Peach Belt Conference Series next weekend, their final one of the year. Looking to hold on to the 5th spot in the conference standings. As that pitch misses, and it's a 2-1 count. And that pitch is across the plate to even the count at 2-2. Again, Montevallo has appeared in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament 3 times since joining a conference in 2009. They made it all the way to their championship game in the last 2 appearances as that pitch is fouled up back to the screen. Count stays 2-2. In 2013, Montevallo was the 8th seed and advanced to the tournament game, championship game before falling to Georgia College. And 1 year later, in 2014, returned to the conference tournament championship game as well before falling to Lander. They did not make the postseason last year, as the count is now full 3-2 to Penakaitis, and they will return again, holding on here in this game, sealing their spot in 2016. That pitch is outside for ball 4, and the Mountain Lions will have 2 runners on here in the top of the 9th. Nobody out for Josh Peters. And first pitch is a ball. That one is fouled back to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. And that pitch is outside. As Peters checks his swing, and it counts now 2-1. And that that pitch is across the plate to even the count at 2-2. That one's lifted into left field. And Colin Dupree, who came in defensively for the Falcons, will make the grab for the first out here in the ninth inning. And we have a pinch hitter for Young Harris, number 6, Caleb Moore. Will pinch hit here in the top of the ninth inning with 2 runners on, 1 away. Moore asks for time and steps out of the batter's box. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Fouls that one out of play to the left side. The count is 1-2. That pitch gets by Jack Mayo catching, and it evens the count at 2-2 as the runners move up on the wild pitch. So runners in scoring position now for Moore with 1 away. Fouls that one out of play. Count is still 2-2. And that pitch is low and runs the count full. And he swing and a miss by Moore as he goes down on strikes for the second out. So Montevallo 1 out away from the sweep of the Mountain Lions. And hitting now for Young Harris is number 12. Jared Campbell pinch hitting here for Young Harris. First pitch is high for ball one. And that pitch is low as well. Count is now 2-0. And that pitch is outside. It counts 3-0. Pitch is inside for ball four. So Campbell will reach on the walk and the bases will be loaded for Zach Odom. 2 away here in the top of the ninth inning. Again, the Falcons are 1 out away from clinching a sweep of Young Harris and a bid in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. And that pitch hits Odom. So a run will score. And it is 11-2 now here in the ninth. As Luke Miller will make his way to the batter's box, and Jack Mayo heads out to speak with Nussel on the mound briefly. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs here with Luke Miller hitting. Falcons leading 11-2. Looking for the final out of the game. First pitch is high for ball one. Swing and a miss by Miller. Evens the count at 1-1. That one is fouled out of play, and the count is now 1-2. That one is popped up, and Walker has a read on it and will make the grab in foul territory. And the Falcons secure the win. 11-2 here in the final game of the series. And they take the series all 3 games, improved to 15-12 in conference play. And again, clinching their spot in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Young Harris falls to 6-18 in Peach Belt Conference play. The Falcons 24-22 overall now after the 3-game sweep this weekend. Will travel to Livingston on Wednesday to play the University of West Alabama in their final non-conference game of the year. Midweek game on Wednesday. First pitch is at 5 p.m. Montevallo's back in action next weekend here at Kermit A. Johnson Field. First pitch in the first game of a 3-game series against North Georgia, set for Friday night at 6 p.m. Second game on Saturday at 2 p.m. And the final regular season game for the Falcons next Sunday here at Kermit A. Johnson Field at 1 p.m. Again, thank you for joining us this afternoon, lovely afternoon in Montevallo, and Montevallo 11-2 winner over Young Harris. We'll see you next time.